Good morning all. In the previous class, we have discussed about the parietal lobe of cerebral cortex. Now, in this class, we will discuss about the remaining two lobes, that is temporal lobe and occipital lobe. Among these two lobes, if you see, temporal lobe is mainly concerned with only auditory functions, whereas occipital lobe is mainly concerned with visual functions. So first we will discuss about the temporal lobe of cerebral cortex. Temporal lobe of cerebral cortex, it includes three functional areas, that is primary auditory area, secondary auditory area, or it is also known as auditopsychic area, and area of equilibrium. Here in this diagram you can see the primary auditory area, that is area number 41, 42, auditopsychic area, that is area number 22, first one is about primary auditory area. Primary auditory area, it includes mainly three areas, area number 41, 42 and vernix area. Here in this diagram you have seen these three areas. For area number 41, 42 and vernix area, they are included in the primary auditory areas. Now this area number 41 and 42, they are situated in anterior transverse gyrus and lateral surface of superior temporal gyrus. Wernicke area is in upper part of superior temporal gyrus, posterior to areas 41 and 42. The functions of this primary auditory area. Primary auditory area is concerned with perception of auditory impulses, analysis of pitch, and determination of intensity and source of sound. In this area number 41 and 42, they are mainly concerned only with the perception of auditory sensation. They only receive the sensation of sound. Whereas vernix area is responsible for the interpretation of auditory sensation. Vernix area will interpret that auditory sensation. What is the source of that sound? What is the intensity of sound? What is the pitch of sound? All those things. It carries out this function with the help of secondary auditory area, that is area number 22. Vernix area is also responsible for understanding the auditory information about any word and sending the information to Broca's area. The next one is about secondary auditory area. Secondary auditory area, it occupies the superior temporal gyrus. It is also called as auditopsychic area or auditory association area. It includes area number 22. Here in this diagram you can see this is auditopsychic area, that is area number 22. The functions of this secondary auditory area. This area is concerned with interpretation of auditory sensation along with vernix area. It is also concerned with storage of memories of spoken words. Then the third area is area for equilibrium. Area for equilibrium is in the posterior part of superior temporal gyrus. It is concerned with the maintenance of equilibrium of the body. Stimulation of this area causes dizziness, swaying, falling and feeling of rotation. So this area is mainly concerned with in maintaining the equilibrium of the body, which helps to maintain the posture. Then next we will go to the occipital lobe. Occipital lobe is called the visual cortex because it is mainly concerned with vision. The areas of visual cortex. Occipital lobe consists of three functional areas. These areas are called as primary visual area, that is area number 17, secondary visual area or visuopsychic area, that is area number 18, and occipital eye field, that is area number 19. Here in this diagram, here you can see these areas. Area number 17, that is primary visual area. Then area number 18, that is secondary visual area or visual association area, and area number 19, which is called as occipital eye field. So this is the occipital lobe, which has got mainly 3 areas: area number 17, 18 and 19. The functions of this occipital lobe: first one is primary visual area, that is area number 17 is concerned with perception of visual sensation. It only perceives, it only receives the visual sensation. Secondary visual area, that is area number 18, is concerned with interpretation of visual sensation. It interprets that visual sensation, and storage of memories of visual symbols. What is the size of that thing which we have seen, what is the shape, what is the color. So all these things are interpreted here in the area number 18. And the third one is occipital eye field, that is area number 19, is concerned with reflex movement of eyeballs. It is also concerned with associated movements of eyeballs while following a moving object. So area number 19 is mainly responsible for the movements of eyeball. So it is called as occipital eye field. Similarly, in frontal cortex also there is a frontal eye field, so which is responsible for the movement of eyeball. So this is about the functions of occipital lobe, and this is about temporal lobe and occipital.